Hello, hello. What's up, guys? You're watching the Couch Casuals, and I'm your host, Robert Dylan Vasquez. Here, as always, with my lovely host,
Kyle Dioria. Welcome back. UFC 302 is upon us.
302. Kyle,
302.
we didn't do anything for 301?
There was a 301? There was a 301 happened?
301 wasn't on our radar as much, so we knew that it's not going to be on.
It was a very
Was it casual?
move by us.
It was a very, what would you call it? Calculated move. It was casually calculated.
We took a break,
But-
reset our gears after a big 300.
We are back, because you have to recover from a card like that, but
Yeah.
we are back to bring you UFC 302. Makachev? How do you say it?
Makachev?
You say Makachev? Versus guess who? Dustin Poirier.
Dustin Poirier. Big time fight. A lot of legacies on the line here for DP.
For
We'll
Islam
get
as
that
well.
shortly. Yeah. More for DP, I think.
Okay, so without spoiling too much of the card, 11 months ago, the BMF was fought for. And we even made our own BMF cards and stuff like that. It was BMF matchmakers, if you guys want to go back. Did you see this coming for Dustin Poirier?
No, not after getting flatlined by Justin Gaethje. What a weird turn of events this last few months has happened. He gets knocked the fuck out by Justin Gaethje.
And then People's Elbow by Herb Dean.
Yeah.
Herb Dean
then goes
slides.
on to knock out Benoit Saint Denis in a very impressive fashion. And I guess because of the loss Justin Gaethje took and the loss that
Charles
Oliveira took, it just makes sense.
And Armin turned it down. Armin Sharukian, the Bobby Green bully.
I didn't know that. Why? Why did he turn it down?
Because he was too soon. He didn't want to do the turnaround.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, fine. So yeah, you're left with only an option in DP, and I mean, you'd think we're gonna have a. This is a David versus Goliath fight. We'll talk about what we think later.
Sure.
I'm not gonna ask any questions.
All right.
We'll save it all for there, because let's be real. There's not a lot of star power on this card.
Which we can't be holding any card coming forward or going forward to UFC 300.
No, you can't. And I'm not even saying that's a bad thing. Some of the cards with no star power turn out to be fantastic because they're all these guys trying to make a name for themselves. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I don't know a lot of these guys. I don't know some of these guys on the main card. A couple, like two people. Don't know a lot on the prelims. Let's see, anybody. Gelton by Almeida is on the prelims.
Okay. He's all right. He's good.
Yeah, he's pretty solid. Roman Kopylov is on the prelims. I know he's a pretty big up-and-comer.
I think Mickey Gall is on this card.
He's on the early prelims.
Most famous for beating up CM Punk.
Yeah. That's all he's really done. But yeah, so pretty kind of like a normal. This is like one of those standard cards, like a B card. Probably going to be pretty good. Probably going to have some good fights. But you ready to start at the bottom?
Let's start. Are we bottom of the main card?
Bottom of the main card.
Let's do it, dude.
All right, we got Randy Brown versus. I'm going to mess this up.
Here we go.
Elezio Zaleski dos Santos.
If you've seen this guy, wait. Yeah. I don't think he's on here. They didn't put.
He looks like Brazilian Matt Brown.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Doesn't he though?
Yeah, I'm seeing his picture right here. I got it pulled up to the side. I don't think he's on the card that I showed you.
He may not be, but I mean that's probably fine. They just put some of the faces we recognize on that card.
Right.
I don't know a lot about this guy, to be honest. It looks like he hasn't fought since about a year ago,
Mm-hmm.
June 2023. But prior to that, his last fight was in 2021, so he's not been super active. But he has a win against aforementioned Benoit Saint Denis in 2021.
Where's he
So,
from?
Brazil.
Oh, okay. Scary looking
So I
Brazilian, he
mean,
said.
yeah, he really looks like Brazilian Matt Brown, man. Like that's what I'm gonna call him.
All right. So I've seen a couple of Randy Brown fights. I've never heard of this other, this other cat.
Yeah,
It's up in the air. It's to my own casual downfall.
it really is. Like maybe this. I mean, like I said, dude has a win over Benoit Saint Denis earlier on in his career. Benoit Saint Denis has been on a tear since then. So
Yeah.
does that say, hey, this guy's actually legit? He just hasn't fought a lot, or was that a fluke win? You never know.
Or was it just an unblossomed BDS?
Yeah. Like what are we gonna do? Um, for all those reasons I've listed, I am going to choose Randy Brown because
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I could be wrong. We probably have a very good chance we're both wrong, and this dude just shows out and does some crazy shit that we've never expected.
Was that a decision win over BDS?
Let me go back.
Because
It was a decision.
with the complicated last name, coming from someone that has been told that they have a complicated last name, it's not that hard.
Unfortunately, it's not the last name. The last name's Dos Santos. It's the first two names that are like.
Oh, so it's his middle name.
Elizio Zaleski.
Elizio Zaleski. Dos Santos.
So I don't know. Dos Santos. Yeah, Dos Santos is the easiest part.
So Dos Santos, yeah. I'm gonna go with Dos Santos, decision machine.
Okay.
Because
So we're gonna split right here. We're gonna start at a split.
Automatic, bro.
So BRs are up in the air for sure on this one.
For sure.
Who won 300?
So for our next fight,
Yeah.
bragging rights usually always go to Kyle because
I don't know. I think it's been 50-50.
You think so? Out of all the shows we've done,
You won a lot early on. I got a couple and then 300. So I don't know. We'd have to go back and look.
there might have been double XP for 300.
Double XP weekend.
But yeah, I want to split right here and just go with an easy take. I could go with Randy Brown because it's what I've seen, but I'm more curious of what I haven't seen out of this. Out of Dos Santos.
Sometimes it's like those guys come out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. So I don't want to be on the late train. So I'm riding with Elicio Stinky Dos Santos or what?
Yep.
What is it? Olesiak?
Brazilian Matt Brown.
Yeah. BMB.
BMB.
All right. I think that is
That covers it.
what I want to do for the opener of the card, which I still don't know. It's in Abu Dhabi. What time is this card for us?
Oh, no, it's in Newark.
Oh, Newark, New Jersey. What am I thinking of? Oh,
Abu Dhabi's upcoming, but
sorry.
it's like a couple away, isn't it?
It is. I got, don't want to, no homo. I got Nick Diaz on the brain.
There.
Because a fight today, breaking news on the Couch Casuals, Nick Diaz is signed to fight Vicente Luque at a UFC fight night in Abu Dhabi.
I don't like it at all.
Tony Ferguson versus Michael Chiesa is on the same card.
That's a good fight night, but it's still a fight night, and it's like I don't like that fight for Diaz.
Well, you also have the main event, Umar Nurmagomedov versus Corey Sandhagen. But more importantly, it's not in Abu Dhabi. It's in Newark, New Jersey. So it'll probably be around 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Eastern Daylight Time.
Yeah, sure.
Because that's what we're in.
Are we?
Yes, Daylight Savings Time.
Are we?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Is that?
Are we losing sleep or catching up on sleep?
I mean, we've already lost it.
Well,
now we have an hour to look forward to in fall.
Yeah, no, I lose sleep all the time. Anyways,
Fair
next
enough.
fight, man. Next fight.
That'll be a welterweight bout. Nico Price versus Alex Morano. Morano.
Really?
Yes.
Nico Price, dude. He was the send off for Robbie Lawler, right?
Yeah.
So how do you think? Because he hasn't fought since then,
KO'd by
right?
Robbie Lawler. Hasn't fought since then.
Mm.
He got KO'd by Phil Rowe, who is on the undercard of this, the early prelim. I think he's on the prelims. He's got
Mm.
his last win was against Cowboy Oliveira.
Hmm.
This is for Alex
Interesting.
Oliveira. I'm not been super impressed. Nico doesn't have a lot of wins in the last. He's 1-4 in his last 5.
See, because he plays the game right. He goes out and he delivers awesome fights, but he's just not on
He's just
the
not.
he's not on the
Yeah.
winning side. He's not on the receiving end of anything beneficial other than he's an exciting fighter.
Yeah.
Whereas Justin Gaethje, although just knocked out by Max Holloway, usually will get into those dust ups, those firefights, and come out on top. Whereas Nico is like, bring it, bitch, and then it just doesn't go his way. So
Yeah, it feels like a guy who wants to be a show stealer, but just maybe isn't quite good enough to do that. And if I remember correctly, Alex Morono, he fought Joaquin Buckley in his last fight. He lost, but like it was one of those fights where I think we both picked against him, but we're like kind of like, okay, this dude's kind of got something.
yeah.
Even though we lost, kind of fight.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm probably going Alex Morano here.
Really?
Yeah, I'm definitely going Alex Morano here.
I'll join you.
We'll lock that one in. Nico Price is fun. Just doesn't win a lot.
We'll see what he can do. If anything, a Nico Price victory is in the need section of his career right now.
It's a big need. I feel like you lose here, you might get cut.
And he's a name. He's not like a big name, but if you say Nico Price,
some people know.
Yeah, some.
Even some casuals know. We know.
Yeah, because we watch cards like pay-per-view fight nights. We watch cards, and I don't want to say he's like a super active fighter. We might see him 2 or 3 times a year.
He's active enough, he's definitely fighting a good bit.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot of wins, man. You gotta get a win.
He needs to get a win.
He needs this win, but will he get it?
We're saying no.
We're saying no, but we could lose here. He is a fairly large underdog at plus 210.
What has this Alex Morano guy been doing? Like, I know he lost to Joaquin Buckley, but before that,
so he lost to Joaquin Buckley. He beat. I don't even know who this guy is. Hold on, I don't know who this. Oh, Dirty Bird Tim Means.
Well,
yeah, I know. He lost to Ponzinibbio prior to that.
So he's been fighting killers.
Yeah, he beat Simmelsberger.
Smellsburger?
A mean mullet. Mean mullet, dude. And beat Mickey Gall prior to that. So, I don't know, yeah.
We'll see.
These are kind of like, I feel like this should have been on maybe the prelims.
The prelims.
Yeah.
It's a filler fight.
You know what? I want to take Nico Price. I'm just going to switch it up.
You locked it in.
I'm unlocking it and relocking Nico Price. So we're just gonna stay
divided
in separate lanes. So far. I'm
good if you're good.
Let's go on. We've got finally one of the bigger names on up till now. Kevin Holland is taking on Mikhail Oleksiachuk.
Who?
Don't know who that is. It's an unranked fighter out of Poland. There has to be something that happened here that maybe like a fill-in, maybe somebody
got injured.
Like I don't
think so.
Kevin Holland's been fighting big names um, for forever now.
Yeah.
And who is. Apparently, he was offered a fight versus Nick Diaz, but turned it down.
Well, he turned it down because it was too far away.
Fair
And he's
enough.
like, yeah, I would have smoked him. I'm like, brother, okay, I like Kevin Holland, but be careful, dude. But he's usually one of the more active guys. So
Very active.
even if this fill in, this mystery fight, why it came about, maybe it's just because he wanted to stay active. And if you're that dude, I don't know why you would fight an unranked fighter, but if you're that dude, it doesn't matter. Any given Sunday or whatever they say.
Kevin Holland's a very active dude. He doesn't get hurt a lot. Well, he broke his arm, but he was back quick after that.
When was that MVP fight? The Sean
That
O'Malley card?
was March, so just a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Not long ago. Prior to that, he had got beat by Della Maddalena. And he beat Michael Case prior to that. So Kevin Holland is like in such a weird spot in his career where he'll get a kind of a big win, and then he'll get a big loss, and then he'll take another big loss, and then he might get a win, and he'll take a big loss and a big loss because he's willing to fight anybody.
Yeah, but that MVP loss was kind of embarrassing, which
Yeah,
it would be to anyone. It would be but you don't fight a counter fighter with pressure. Just spoiler alert, if any of you are out there fighting a counter fighter or watching a counter fighter, the worst thing you want to do, it makes for a boring fight if you don't. It really does. But that's
you imagine like Izzy versus MVP.
Wonder Boy versus MVP.
On paper, like that would be so much fun, but they're both counter fighters. They're just going to stand there. It could end up looking like Yoel Romero versus Adesanya.
I was about to say we've seen that out of Izzy before.
Yeah, like
he won't
that's
like. Fuck you.
That's why he gets the rag of being boring because his style is set those traps and counter fight.
Couldn't do it against Sean Strickland.
No, he couldn't. Yeah, that was something else. We're talking about Israel Adesanya here. Let's stop. Apparently, Kevin Holland's a little bit concerned that, hey, I got to start winning. I might get cut. Like, that's something he said. So, I don't know who Mikhail Alexiachuk is. Do you?
No, never heard of him.
He is, okay, let's take a look at his fight history. He's coming off of a loss to Pereira Lima.
Pereira Lima?
What? Pierre Lima. I've never heard him called that. It's Michel Pierre Pereira. The kind of crazy.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I've never seen that name. He beat some guy named Njokuno. He's not got like a lot of big names on his resume.
This must be like because the UFC, no fault of our own, has 500 fighters signed. We can't learn all of them. And with him being unranked, it's pretty hard. There are ranked fighters in pretty much every division that I'm like, okay, you're number 14. Like, who are you?
Yeah, right. And this guy could be like one of those fighters that's like right there, like maybe like
the cusp,
16, a 17, an 18, or he could be like a 25. Like
yeah.
I don't know. I really want to see Kevin win this fight, and I'm going with Kevin. I think he wins. But you never know with these really rough-looking Polish dudes.
What's gonna happen? Kevin's gonna get caught.
Russell fucked.
Ugh.
I don't know.
I'm going with Kevin Holland.
Kevin Holland. We're back together.
Back together again. UFC 302. So, if not a knockout, then just a one-sided decision.
I hope so.
And then he might, since he's been active, he might have a crazy call out. That's what I'm hoping for.
Get your call out. Do something. I know we're kind of going through this pretty quick, so let's take a look at
don't waste it. Don't waste it like Joaquin Buckley did and call out Conor McGregor. You idiot.
Do something realistic. Let's take a look at the middleweight rankings. Okay. Right at we'll just do 15-10.
Sure.
All right. This Kevin Holland's 15 in welterweight. This fight is at middleweight.
Is it?
Yeah, so this fight's middleweight.
He must have just, dude, wanted to hop on a car because I didn't really hear any kind of announcement for this or anything.
I feel like this is just out of nowhere. What do you want to say? Welterweight rankings, or you think he sticks with middleweight? You think he's going back down for a reason?
He can go either or. I think he beat Joaquin Buckley at middleweight.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll just talk about middleweight for now.
Mm-hmm.
You got Chris Curtis at 15, Anthony Hernandez at 14, Michelle Pereira at 13, Cala Barallo at 12, Roman Dolidze at 11, and Khamzat Chimaev at 10. You know you don't want that fight again.
No.
You don't want that one.
Poor guy.
I know. Michelle Pereira would be fun. That'd be a kind of a wild fight.
He's not going to call him out, though.
Yeah, I know. That's not a call out. All right. Who do you call out in the top 10?
He probably calls out a welterweight, to be honest.
All right. Top 10. You call Stephen Thompson back out. Get the run back.
I want to say that was a competitive fight, but I don't think it was. I think it was a one-sided ass whooping.
It was a one-sided ass whooping after he broke his arm.
You got to get your get back, right?
You got to get your get back. He did break his arm in like round 1, and he looked good up until that point and looked okay with a broken arm. So, like, I think that's a feasible call-out, a feasible rematch. You call out Ian Machuco Gary.
Well, he's signed to fight MVP at 303.
Yeah. So we'll be talking about him again soon. Our favorite cuck. You want the Jack Della Maddalena run back, who's 5 at welterweight?
Did you see MVP? Speaking of Ian Gary, real quick, did you see MVP's take on him? He was like, if Conor McGregor,
if BBL Gary,
BBL Gary, dude,
it was pretty good.
If Conor McGregor was a nice looking woman, oh, dude, MVP's going to wreck Ian Gary. Anyways. We'll save that for another card. Yeah, we will definitely be talking about that.
You know what would be a crazy call out? And one that makes a semblance of sense in my head because he needs a comeback fight?
What's that?
Israel Adesanya.
Dude.
There's a little bit of sense there, right? Like, Israel's taking some time off.
The promo could be like when Kevin Holland won that one time, and he's like, "Don't play with me, boy," and Izzy's just in the crowd of the Apex, like, who are you talking to, dude? I'm fucking Izzy. I'm Israel Adesanya. So it's like, what are you calling me out for? But Kevin has made a name for himself.
He has.
So
he's lost a lot, but like, people like him. He's fun.
Like I said, he's the one of those guys that can go 170 or 185. He can do whatever. So
and he can be competitive against almost anybody.
2 divisions worth of call-outs. That's crazy.
Yeah. You put him up against a striker, he could be competitive against the best. Maybe not the top-tier wrestlers. We saw that.
Well, he's a Travis Lutter black belt, so it's if the wrestler is really dominating and heavy.
Well, Khamzat, I mean, that fight was like the most one-sided affair I've seen in a while.
Khamzat missed weight, and so his rehydration was probably crazy.
Khamzat. Oh, that dude
talk about
should be wasted potential. He should be in title fights right now.
That guy
he's just not doing anything.
That guy should be champion right now.
He should be. Yeah, he should be a champ. I don't know what's going on with him.
He's every bit of 220 pounds right now, on his way to fight Robert Whittaker.
Is that official?
It's the week before the McGregor card.
Okay, fight night.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good fight night, main event.
Dude.
That's a great fight night.
The Reaper is about to get reaped.
You think so?
We'll see. We'll see if my feelings change. Robert Whittaker's good, man. I think he went to he was on the Olympic team for Australian wrestling or something.
The only time he looked bad was against the current middleweight champ, Dricus du Plessis. He got knocked out by Izzy, but that's Izzy. And then some people argue that he won against Izzy.
Some people argue that he lost against Yoel the second time. Robert Whittaker is he's such a dynamic fighter, but he cruises. And so that's one critique that I'll have on Robert Whittaker. From Robert to Robert, he cruises. So it's like
Robert to Robert moment.
And then when you go, you get countered by one of those lean back, hooks or whatever. You gotta be careful, man. And so we both got Kevin Holland. So on to the co-main.
Co-main time. We've got a middleweight matchup. Number 1, Sean Strickland versus one of our favorite memesters, Paulo Costa.
One of my favorite Brazilians. Doesn't take the cake, but one of.
He's a top-tier Brazilian.
100%. And that coming from me, you guys should know.
Hey, that's big. That's big praise.
Does he bring his secret juice? Does he bring the fight to Sean Strickland? Because it's like, if you watch his fights, Paulo Costa, I'm saying, with Yoel Romero or Robert Whittaker, like, dude is crazy legit.
He's good.
Spinning back kicks, juice to the gills. Like, I don't know. I don't know what he could do against the boxing style like that. That Philly shell.
I don't know what's gonna happen here. Paulo was on a tear prior to Israel Adesanya, and then post Adesanya, he's 1-2, and he's not been as active. This year will be his first year with 2 fights in it since maybe 2020. Yeah, no, he only fought 1 time in 2020. I apologize. He fights like once a year, so like this is the first time he's gonna have a 2-fight year. He didn't fight at all last year, so he's making up for lost time, I suppose. Paulo Costa is a guy that should be, winning some big fights, and he's just not doing it. He's not active, misses weight, he lost to Robert Whittaker. Sean Strickland has proven he's a top-tier middleweight.
Yeah.
I don't think, you can't take that away from him,
This should be a barn burner. This shouldn't be 2
fight.
dudes looking at each other, waiting for each other to go. Sean Strickland has forward pressure. Paulo Costa, when he's on his game, has forward pressure. I was so curious to see how the Paulo Costa Khamzat Chimaev fight would have went. But we'll see. I don't know. I don't know what all is in the cards or all up in the air for these middleweights, because it's like, okay, well, if Sean wins, does he call out Dricus again? Does Dricus want this Izzy fight that's like, okay, well, what is...
Big money.
Like, what? Who wants what? And does Paulo Costa... Does he do the turnaround against Dricus sometime?
Yeah, does Paulo catapult himself into a title fight with a win over Sean? A lot of questions to be answered here.
Did you see Paulo's first pitch?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, he put some juice on it. It didn't go his way.
Hey, USADA's gone, man. This is his year to shine and come back strong, if you know what I'm saying.
More than Connor?
Hey, have you seen the physique on this man?
Paulo?
Yeah.
I dream about that kind of physique.
Right? So, all that being said, I'm taking Sean Strickland. I don't see Paulo. I don't see how he gets it done based off what I've seen in the last couple of years. I know you're picking. Just pick it. Don't act like you're thinking. Don't act like you're struggling with this pick.
I got Sean Strickland by decision.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Come on, let's be real here.
Come on, man. We got the yellow backdrop.
We do. He's one of our favorites. He's always welcome on the show to meme with us.
I'll tell you what. If he wins, we both have to find our favorite Paulo meme and do it.
Okay.
And then do it next show.
We'll have an honorary Paulo moment if he wins. And I'm not I would be pretty hyped if he won.
It's not out of the realm.
I like Paulo more than I like Sean. I just don't think it's gonna happen.
Well, I don't think that Paulo has Alex Pereira. I don't think he has that kind of power. He's got power, but
it's more like the Johnny Walker fight where he's not Johnny Walker. Oh my God Almighty! Sorry, I had a little vodka.
Hey, man, Johnny Walker. That dude's got power, but he's been chinned so many times. There's an amateur fight of Johnny Walker where he literally gets knocked out.
Johnny Hendricks.
Four times. He gets knocked out 4 times, Johnny Walker does. And
Johnny Walker's an enigma.
Johnny Hendricks is a juice head.
And he was, but he absolutely pieced Johnny Hendricks up. And I think it's going to be like a barrage. Like, Paulo wins by a lot of brutal punches. Not just one, but a lot that send you down.
Yeah. What do you think Secret Juice is?
Horse testosterone.
I think it's his own piss.
It might be, which is probably full of horse testosterone.
100%.
But yeah. Sean Tarzan Strickland.
Which doesn't look like Tarzan anymore.
Not at all.
Sean
did, though.
Sean Trailer Park Strickland.
There you go. Sean fucks Nina Drama Strickland.
Who doesn't? No. I'm being nice.
Not Aspinall.
Not us.
Not us, but not Tom Aspinall.
Probably us before Tom Aspinall. That creepy fuck.
Yeah, that's after that interview. If you haven't seen the interview, just Google Tom Aspinall.
Nina Drama.
Nina Drama. It's the weirdest. It's the weirdest thing ever.
It's the weirdest thing.
It's so awkward, but it's funny. It's super funny.
It's cringe funny.
It's super cringe.
Because you're like, who talks like that?
Apparently our interim heavyweight champion.
Tom No Riz Aspinall. God.
Tom, have you been fingered Aspinall?
He goes, so have you ever been fingered by an MMA fighter? And
she's like, what?
She's so taken aback. She's like, huh? And he's like, yeah. And then she's like, you mean what I think you mean? Like, and he's like, yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, no. He's like, do you want to? Or some shit like that.
Yeah, he's just like, what would it take? He goes, what would it take? It's the most pitiful, what would it take?
And her poor boyfriend's sitting behind the camera.
He can't do nothing about it.
He can shoot
Tom Aspinall.
You can shoot that motherfucker.
That's the only thing.
Good. Get rid of the interim champ.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Anywho, we got a main event to talk about. A legacy-defining main event.
For Islam Makhachev. 13-fight win streak, and only 2 fighters have surpassed that. Anderson Silva and Kamaru Usman.
This is an important fight for 2 men. Islam Makhachev looks to build his potential
Hall of Fame resume.
Hall of Fame GOAT resume. I'm not saying he's the GOAT. I'm saying
no. I get what you're saying.
But he could potentially get there. Versus a man who's never held official gold and really, really deserves and wants to hold this gold. In Dustin the Diamond Poirier. This feels like this is Rocky IV. This is Rocky IV.
This is straight up 100% Rocky IV, and I've never even seen Rocky IV.
This is the most Rocky fight you've ever seen. Dustin loses to, Khabib, who's the most similar fighter to Islam. He lost to Oliveira. He's not had a lot of good track records with these really top tier ground guys.
Which Michael Chandler's pretty ground game, but he didn't play that game.
He just doesn't do it anymore.
He didn't. Yeah. He's not wrestle heavy.
Dustin really, I'm not gonna say he needs this win because he's had a Hall of Fame career. He's one of a legend in the sport, but I know he wants this probably more than anybody could imagine, and it could be his last fight.
It very well might be his last fight. What you can't do ever is sleep on. I'm getting goosebumps right now. You can't. I am too.
I'm getting a little.
You can't sleep on Dustin Poirier. There's who's that Arkansas boy? Bryce Mitchell. He's the custom camo shorts.
Flat Earther
Said he's gonna homeschool his son so he doesn't grow up communist and gay.
That's the most Bryce Mitchell comment I've ever heard, dude.
Dude, he's on Theo Vaughn's podcast, and he's like, if you gave me one person to have my back in a fight, doesn't matter what size, what anything, like, He's like, give me Dustin Poirier. That dude's a dog. And it's like this edit, and it's like it goes into like Dustin Poirier. It's like slow-mo scene cuts of him just wailing on people, knocking. Dude, I'm going crazy right now. Every single time that Dustin Poirier has won, besides Michael Chandler and maybe a few others, I've rooted against him. Not because I don't like him, but you're fighting Conor. All right, I'm obviously going to go with my boy Conor. I think I was against him, Eddie Alvarez. I wanted to see Eddie win, and then the knee happened. So when they rematched, the illegal knee, when they rematched, I was like, okay, can Eddie do it this time? Let's see what Dustin has. Max Holloway, I wanted Max Holloway to win the BMF title back in the day. Or not, it was for the interim. Sorry.
I was there, man.
You were there, dude. Thank you for correcting me.
No problem.
I want Dustin to win, and I feel like
I think most fight fans want Dustin to win.
The juju of me not wanting him to win, and then he wins. I feel like now that I turned that Louisiana juju, now that I want him to win, he's not gonna fucking win.
Of course not. This is the way it goes.
So I got Islam Makhachev.
I think if Dustin wins, you're going to have the biggest collective screaming of UFC fight fans in a long time. It's going to be like everybody giving him his power, like Goku
in the spirit mode.
It's going to be, this is Goku versus Boo. This is Rocky versus the Russian. I forget his name.
Ivan Drago.
Ivan Drago. This is the biggest underdog story we've had. Not the biggest, because like you have your fights like Amanda and what's her face, where she won.
Juliana Pena.
Yeah, Juliana. So like that's a bigger Rocky moment. But as far as star power, as far as like
what's on the line,
this is one of the biggest Rocky moments in UFC history. This is Michael Bisping versus
Luke Rockhold.
But
it wasn't on short notice, and I get your comparisons, and they're all correct. With the Juliana Pena, nobody really wanted to see her win. It was an upset. This is one of those upsets, kind of like last year. Like in the later part of the year, you had the white trash underdogs. You had Sean Strickland, Sean O'Malley, and Colby Covington. That was my parlay, my white trash parlay. And only Colby, only he was the only one to not go through with it. I'm like, in a fight that I feel like he could have won, but broken foots aside and all that excuse and whatever, 2 out of 3 isn't bad.
This could be number 3.
You wanted to see some shakeup in the middleweight division. You didn't. Izzy already did the 205 thing with Jan Blachowicz and lost, so it's like, okay, he's going to beat Sean Strickland, and then what? He didn't. And so it shook it up. And now you have Dricus du Plessis, which... But I want Dustin to win. This is a want of mine. Am I going to risk bragging rights on the show for it? No. I will give him his flowers. Speaking of flowers, before you make your pick, or no, you can make your pick, and then we'll do it right after.
Okay. So, we're on, for those, just to remind everybody, this is Islam Makhachev, 13-fight winning streak, dominant, beat Alex Volk twice, once in the most dominant fashion I've ever seen.
He got the title fight by beating Bobby Green.
He did get a title fight by beating Bobby Green.
And then he choked out a not there Charles Oliveira. He wasn't there.
Let's not shit on
I'm
Islam.
Shitting on him.
Islam has been dominant, and you picked him. But I'm riding with all the fight fans in the world.
Dominant
I'm sending all my spirit energy. I'm picking Dustin the Diamond Poirier. We're gonna get a knockout win. Boom! He's gonna win the championship, and he's gonna. I don't know. He might ride off into the sunset. He might defend it once or twice. We'll see. But I'm picking him. I'm picking the Diamond.
Well, he gets championship money regardless. Like, good. I'm not saying he gets championship money as in he's a champion. But like those McGregor fights, he doesn't need the money. So it's like he might be one of the ones that's like, thank God this is the last thing I wanted to do. I'm out. And then you have, because Khabib did the same thing. So that's not even the real belt.
Oh, come on. Like, this is the real belt at this point.
No.
I know it's not the lineal belt.
And that's what matters.
Khabib's not coming back. So this is the belt.
Imagine Islam turns heel.
Islam's already heel to most people.
But he beats Dustin, and then he's like, Khabib, you are my brother, but we need
Oh, my God. That'd be the craziest.
Who do you root for then?
Khabib.
Well, of course, but like...
Why'd you even ask?
The Eagle comes out... Well, it's like the Eagle comes out of the shadows to defend his belt against his brother. Not really, but like, it's like...
This is Kane versus Undertaker, dude.
That's crazy. But that's only in fantasy land.
Yeah, that's just fantasy land we're talking about here.
But, and then, dude, it would be so sick. Like, Khabib's going to be in Islam's corner.
Is he?
He is in Newark, or not Newark. You said
it's not good. Newark, New Jersey.
So he turns around and he fucking takes his arm from around Khabib.
Still cheer.
Oh my!
Right to the skull of Khabib.
No, low blow.
Yeah.
Dude, you try to low blow Islam, he's got a cup on. Anyways, you're making me feel bad, man.
Don't feel bad. It's the smart pick. Am I putting my money on DraftKings, promo code CCMMA, on Dustin? No, I'm not going to put any money on it. I'm not putting money on this. I'm not even going to pick one of those fighters, to be honest, because it's probably not a good bet for the DraftKings lineup. But I'm picking Dustin. I'm taking Dustin. It's his last chance. I'm gonna be watching in the backseat of a car.
I'm gonna be really sad, man. I'm gonna be really sad.
There's gonna be tears one way or the other. There's gonna be some sad tears or some tears of joy.
I might happy cry. For real, I might happy cry, and then I'll recreate that on the show we do.
I will probably happy cry a little bit.
Robbie Lawler made me happy cry.
That was a good one. That one almost got me.
And then the Korean Zombie, that made me sad happy cry.
That was a cool moment. Yeah,
dude,
tears. But what were you gonna say? You were gonna say something.
Man, you got to pay the cost to be the boss. I think Dustin's gonna walk out to that viral "Shine Bright Like a Diamond." It's not the Rihanna one, but it's like the one where the guy is like, dude, I'll put the link in the bio. It's beautiful.
Dude, that would be pretty sick, but he's got to come out to the boss, man.
Maybe like a little mix, kind of how like Connor does. Yeah, Connor does Foggy Do, and then he does the Notorious B.I.G. Picture what?
Picture he wins, and as Dana's strapping him up, shine bright like a diamond, comes on, all the confetti falls. Pyro, boom, 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 boom. WrestleMania pyro goes off.
Inside,
dude, burns hundreds of thousands alive.
Each corner of the octagon fucking does like cane fire or some shit like that.
Yes, I nut.
And then he calls out Khabib. Regardless, Khabib's getting called out.
Khabib's getting called out by somebody.
Dude, I think that it would be the end, the crescendo. The crescendo's the end, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think that would be the perfect end
to a beautiful crescendo.
A legacy career. A shout out to Dustin Poirier. You're always welcome.
Always welcome on the Couch Casuals.
I don't think he's gonna want to come on now that I picked against him.
Well, he might talk to me.
Talk to Kyle. You know, he's always down for the underdog story. Because Islam's kind of overconfident. I want Dustin Poirier to win, but for bragging rights, which if everything goes our way, we only split on 2 of them, right?
3.
So the third split would be this fight because we both had Kevin Holland and we both had Sean Strickland.
Yeah, it's the first 2 in this one.
So if some miracle thing, we'll either be tied, I'll be up 2, you'll be up 2. So I don't even know if this will save me by picking Islam.
We don't know.
I got Dustin Poirier by Gilly.
No, you don't. Fuck out of here.
He's jumping.
Not the guillotine.
He's jumping Gilly, dude. He's gonna
Dude,
he's gonna break the internet.
If he jumps guillotine and wins, that would go insane.
I'm half and half. I'll tell you this: if Islam wins, I'll still give you the points.
Like, if Islam wins, no one's gonna be shocked. Like, that's the thing.
It's just gonna be boring, and
it's gonna be is what it is.
Islam, what it Islam.
It is Islam, what it Islam.
So that's the title of the episode.
That's the title of the next episode if he wins.
Islam gonna Islam.
Islam gonna Islam, dude.
Yeah, if Islam wins, fuck bragging rights. I'm forfeiting it. But if Dustin Poirier wins, I'll give you double XP.
Wow, I'm on a double XP road,
dude. Now that we have our picks in, I wanted to ask you about something near and dear to my heart, and that's the 2024 custom shorts of all these fighters. How did you feel about Max Holloway's?
Loved them.
Loved them.
Loved them. I love all the custom shorts. Do more. Let these guys...
Never forget who started this back when Reebok was still the sponsor. And that's
the first one?
Bryce Mitchell.
Bryce? I mean, good.
Getting his camo shorts.
His are cool. I don't like him, but his are cool.
You got Bryce Mitchell. You're always welcome on CCMA. You can talk to
always.
Me. You talk to me.
Talk to him.
You're true fan.
Choke me out.
So the pink Sean O'Malley shorts.
Dope. I don't love those.
It's just because it was Sean.
It's not my vibe.
You're not pink. Hey man, you know there was a German one time that labeled pink as a woman's color.
Well, I think I would look pretty good in pink, but like
you do look good in pink
with his cotton candy hair. It just looks. It's just so colorful.
It's like a custom UFC fighter.
I need something to like bring it back home. You know, maybe if you had regular hair in the pink shorts.
And that's why you're not a fashionista. Anyways,
I'm not.
I just pulled up the Dustin Poirier shorts, and I want to know your thoughts on them.
Let me Google them for myself. But I've seen them, but I'm going to look at them fresh. What are your thoughts?
So I didn't see the diamonds until just now.
I think they're sick, dude.
I saw the floral pattern.
They're dope. These might be some of the best ones they've done. You don't like them?
So for showing the audience, I like the orange waistband. That's pretty sick. Down towards the bottom, I kind of like that. I feel like it's too Hawaiian. You know what I'm saying?
It is very Hawaiian, but at the same time, it like fits Dustin's vibe. These are like the kind of shirts he wears.
Yeah, okay. I'll give you that.
That's his vibe.
I feel like they could have been more diamondy.
Maybe that's fair, but I think they just try to.
But then he would have looked like
what he does.
Minecraft.
Maybe
he would have looked hella Minecraft.
Minecraft,
dude. So I love the custom shorts. You think Conor gets his own custom shorts?
Dude, Conor's just so iconic with the dark green. I don't know, but he might get the proper 12 shorts.
You can't do the proper 12 shorts.
What do you think? What would Conor come out to if he gets his own custom shorts? What does Conor get? Like the Irish flag?
Probably something really cringe, like a big clover on his ass. like I'm not saying that Conor is cringe, but like you have the staff. Like, so something that I want to ask you about after this.
Oh, so here's somebody. Hold on. Somebody did like all dollar bills. Like just
money
green.
Shorts. Yeah, sure. Go ahead and put a title on the McGregor Chandler for the money belt.
The money belt.
Which Michael Chandler's almost out of money because he's been waiting 2 years for this fight.
Michael Chandler gets like the African flag for his pants, right?
He gets fucking DSS as a sponsor.
Sure.
Oh, sorry, dude. It gets dark. It gets dark, no pun intended. If you know anything about Michael Chandler, it's funny. But if you don't, then
you have no clue what we're talking about.
And then you're gonna have to look it up, and then you're gonna be like, "That was distasteful, Robert." But I digress.
Probably.
Who else do you think deserves custom shorts?
Anybody.
Anybody deserves custom shorts.
I don't care, dude. Bring me more custom shorts.
I like that. I like the idea of that.
You gotta maybe not like a. You need to be a ranked fighter, top 5. You're a top 5 fighter. You deserve custom shorts. Top 5, or you bring in a lot of money. You're popular. One of the two.
Big name or big rank, you deserve custom shorts.
Yeah.
One more thing before I let you go. Have you seen the new gloves?
I think I have. I've seen gold gloves.
Dustin and Islam will be wearing gold gloves for the title fight. And Sean Strickland said in an interview, they suck.
I wonder what sucks about them.
Islam said they suck. Islam said there's going to be a lot more cuts because the material is so stitched and thin. And the reason that they changed the gloves is because the old UFC gloves, they made your fingers extend. And it was hard to close your fist, so a lot of people were getting eye poked.
Yeah.
And everybody was complaining, "Oh, we need new gloves." Trevor Whitman, Justin Gaethje's coach, he came to the UFC with his own patent glove. And they're like, "Great, we love it.
That's what these are?
Give it to us."
Okay.
And Trevor's like, "What do you think, I'm a fucking moron? No, I'm not giving you the patent. I'm not giving you the rights. I'm not giving you my glove." And so now, for the better of the sport, the gloves are just going to chill with Trevor. Not going to benefit anyone. So these new gloves, instead of this, they do this. It's people are still going to get eye poked. If your fist is not closed, you're going to poke someone in the eye. And you see a lot of fighters, they fight like the John Jones.
Yeah.
Dude,
I don't think the gloves are going to change anything. Even if you had good gloves. Like, this is just like, if you're trained to fight like this, you like your hand out. You're not closing it. It's not open because of the glove. It's open because that's how you want to block, or that's how you want to counter.
Yeah.
Parry. So that's not going to change anything. I don't know.
And then you have grappling exchanges, and it's not going to go how they want it to go. The Pride glove had like the pad over it, and it would kind of like curl your hand. So like the Pride glove had it right. The Pride glove, if you guys want to Google that for your own, was good. But, the new gloves, I don't like that they're gold. I think that's corny.
Yeah, I don't know how...
Maybe when I see it, sure. I'll like it. But to match these shorts, it's not gonna. Islam, I don't see him getting custom shorts. And he's the champ.
I don't see Islam doesn't seem like a guy who cares about custom shorts.
He doesn't. And the black and gold is... You're not going to beat the black and gold.
Yeah, if you're champ, you're going to want to rock the black and gold, more than likely. What if somebody came out with, like, gold and black?
That would look
primary color.
That would look tacky, because it would be all metallic and stuff. And
it would be.
No. But pay the cost to be the boss. You know what I'm saying? I'm rooting for Dustin. I hope all of you casuals out there are
picking Dustin.
I know you're picking Dustin, and I won't fault you for that. But I don't even want bragging rights. I don't want Islam to win, but he's gonna win.
Done it.
We are the Couch Casuals, and you've been watching our show. If you want to DM us on any of the social medias, definitely Instagram. You can DM us just our handles or on the Couch Casual MMA. Kyle doesn't get on social media too much anymore.
Not as much anymore.
You know, for health reasons, and he's working on himself.
For health reasons.
But I'm always one message away. If you have any ideas for the show, or if you want us to bring the theme song back, if you want any requests or anything,
let us know. Comment below. Message.
Like.
Ask questions.
Subscribe.
Like. Comment. Subscribe.
Hit the notification
button.
Share.
I make a post on on Instagram every week. Y'all better start liking that shit. Give us some likes. Give us a share.
I don't see us skipping any other card for any time soon.
Nah, that was a one-time thing. Barring any weird scheduling issues.
Mm-hmm. But I think we're back, and we're better than ever. And there are tons of good cards coming up, whether it be fight nights, which we don't really cover unless we're doing it during a pay-per-view show.
Yeah. We talked about a little bit.
Anything else for the people? Anything else for our friends, Kyle?
We love you.
We do love you. We love you almost as much as Kyle loves the custom shorts.
Almost.
Oh, what would your custom shorts look like, real quick?
Let me think about that. Let's save that for another time.
We'll save it for the next show. Think about your custom shorts if you were to walk out.
What do you have on your custom shorts? What do you want?
Dicks, dick and balls. A lot of dick and balls.
Yeah, that's what I want.
All right. I'll see you later. And
bye.